Hello everyone, welcome back to our Mudbox tutorial series. This is the export process here. I'm going to give you this kind of in a bit of a nutshell because the export process individually for each of the maps does take quite a bit to make each one out in detail, but I'll show you where you go and how it works through, and then I'll show you the finished process without waiting for all the bakes to happen. So we're going to go to UV maps, going to extract texture maps, do a new operation here. Then we select which one we want to use. So what we want is we want our normal maps. We want we are going to also want to have our diffuse textures, but we don't need to get that out of here. We can get that from the extraction process. We're also going to want our specular from our extraction process. You can also take a displacement map. That would probably help a little bit as well. And that should be about it. So from here, you would just go down to add selected, but right now I don't have it selected. So what I'd have to do is go back over here to my object list, click on the monster, then go add selected. And it's going to set it off as low resolution mesh at level 0. Now I'm going to say smooth target models. If you don't want it, you can leave it unchecked. That makes it where it has a better finished piece. Source models, we're going to go as selected. So it's going to take it from the high level resolution of level 6, what we've been sculpting on, and it's going to bake it down to level 0. Also smooth and maybe target UVs as well. And then method, we're using ray casting. Choose samples. Furthest outside is what we want. Or we can do close to low res mesh. Usually we don't want to do furthest inside. That doesn't really tend to work out so well. Furthest outside is default. Then we go to best guess. You can do test both sides if you want to. Image properties, generate one map for all targets. Since we only have one target, that's fine. Image size, we want this to be a 4K map, so we're going to switch that over there. Anti-aliasing, put it at 2x. Normalize to search distance. That's fine. And then map type is a texture. That's what we want, where we want this to be saved out at. I baked mine out to the desktop. You can bake it wherever you want to. And then you just go ahead and say go for it. Down here in underneath extract, once you pick a spot. So for instance, I'll just say, let's go ahead and bake it to my desktop. I'll say save. And I'll call this one normal and normal creature. And we'll hit save. And then I can go ahead and do my extraction. Okay. So I don't need to do this right now because I already did mine. So I'm just going to go ahead and I also want to do that for normal as well. So normal, I'm going to also say normal creature. And actually I was on the wrong one for the other one. So I have to go back over here and say underneath displacement, this one would be displacement creature. Just spell that wrong, that's okay. All this stuff is still the same, and then I'd be able to just hit extract, and it'll extract both those out. I'm not going to do that right now because if I do, it'll slow my computer down to bake out these maps, and I don't really need to do that at the moment. Then to get the low resolution mesh back into Maya, we just press the page down button, or you can go over to where it says mesh and go down to step level down, and that'll bring you down to your bottom level. So you can go page down, page down, page down, page down, level 0. Okay, so we're at 5,000 polygons for this entire base mesh here. Okay, and also when you bake out your maps, it also pops them into your channel box layer editor, which allows you to go back in here and do some post editing as well if you want to. So go to select all. I can go in here. So this is what it'll look like. If I can go in here and edit these normals if I wanted to. I can just go in here and say, erase some of this out if I so wanted. Oh, that was on spec. Sorry, normal. So that one, I can say erase that, and it'll erase off the normal. But obviously, I don't want to do that. But if you have some spots that just looked bad, like maybe down in here, you can see there's that artifact in here. You can just go through and just erase that spot. Erase down under there. Okay, now that's better. See if there's any other artifacts that came up from the bake, like right in here underneath the legs. You couldn't quite raycast that well. You can just erase out the normal map. It'll get rid of that artifact for you. Maybe in here in the butt crack area, that needs to be removed. Okay. And obviously, you can see there's also some projection that happened from the feet area. This area was not received well, so you just erase that back out. Sometimes like stuff like right in here, like these aren't received wells either. You can just kind of decide what you need to erase off of this as well. Sometimes it just doesn't look right. Maybe inside between the fingers. Okay. Easy peasy. That's all taken care of. You can spend as much time in here as fixing this as you want. But just to be time sensitive on some of this, I'm going to just go ahead and send this over to Maya and get this going, send this over to Unity. So what I'm going to do, that spot too, those are bugging me. Okay. Sorry, my some of the things here which kind of irking me. I had to fix them. Okay. So what you can do now is go back over to your object list monster and say I'm going to send to my send selected as new scene. And these are all coming out of the Mudbox folder. Sure, that's fine. It's going to give me a diffuse, a specular, and a normal map. Okay, and say okay, and it'll send it on over to Maya, which it's already got over here. I turn over here. Let's see here. Don't save. Let it go ahead and bring the new one. Here we go. Turn textures back on. There we go. It's all in there, plugged in. It doesn't look great in here. And that's just because of the shader we're using and how it's being plugged in. Some of these things need to be dialed in. But that will be for a different lesson as far as altering the shader to be able to plug all this stuff back in. You can go through and break all these and put them in manually, and usually you'll have a better result if you just let's see here. Let's go to assign a new Lambert, and then go over to the color attribute file, go to the folder, and then we'll just go to my computer, go find that Mudbox, go ahead and go to diffuse, hit open, plugs that one in there. Okay. I'm wondering if it's, let's see here. Looks like it's getting some of the back faces, or let's go to preferences and make sure that we're getting both sides going. Let's see here, settings and preferences, and we're going to go to polygons, and make sure that backface culling is turned off. Let's go ahead and make sure that's turned on. Save. Okay, that fix that to some degree. Excuse me. Let's go back over here to render stats. Make sure backface culling is turned on as well. Yep. Okay. We're going to go over to our normal map and plug that one in. Create a file. And here's our normal. Okay, open it. Okay. That looks like garbage, but we can go ahead and fix that really quickly with using our bump 2D. We'll just go ahead and change that to tangent space normals. Or let's see what object space normals looks like. Give us tangent space. Okay. Bump depth, you can go ahead and adjust this out. Okay. A little bit better. Excuse all the different artifacts. That's just the renderer that's going on here. Okay, so last one is our spec, and we can just go ahead and we need a different shader for the spec. That's okay. We don't really need to do spec at the moment anyways. Yeah, probably should use a different shader. That's okay. This is gonna work for now. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to bring this over into Unity. That's where we actually want to do most of our texturing. This is just kind of like a preview to see that how you plug it inside of Maya, and it's pretty straightforward. But to get this over in Unity, we can just go to File, and we just go to Export Selection, and then just send it. I just have mine set up as creature to Unity, so I can just export that. And inside of Unity, bring that one open. You just go to Assets, Import New Asset. Brought the asset in already, as you can see, he's already in here. From here, you can just go ahead and drag a new material on here by going to Create. You just go to Materials, and that will drop a new material on him. With the new material, all I have to do is bring in these texture maps. You can just drag and drop these texture maps into this area. You just drag this one into albedo, okay, and then you can take the normal one, bring it into normal, and then bring the spec. Here. Actually, this is we need to change the shader a little bit. We need to change this into a specular setup, and we're going to drop this one on the specular, spec down quite a bit. That looks better. Okay. So that's it pretty much. That is our creature inside of Unity, textured. You can do, oops, shouldn't have done that. Leave that as specular. Okay, that's it. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. You can always go back and forth between Mudbox and Maya and help drum some of these guys up a little bit more and increase your detail, fixing the artifacts that may pop up from the texture maps, like you may see right here. You can just go back into Mudbox and inside the layer editor, like I showed you before, we export, just kind of paint some of this stuff out. And then you'll be good to go. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments section and I'll be happy to answer them. And I'll see you guys in the next project.